Hello, Spanish 2 students. This is Mrs. Belknap, your instructor, with a few items on how to get going in this class. Please note, it is extremely important that you go ahead and begin your class. You do not need to wait to start working. Your welcome call might be scheduled a couple of days from now. That is okay. You can still get started in the course in the meantime while you wait for your call to talk to me and get activated officially. You are already enrolled in the class. You have a username and a password that you're going to use. When you go to flvs.net, you're going to go to the login. You'll select County Virtual Schools, and then your dashboard will come up and you'll see the button for Spanish 2, and you'll click on course and you'll go to it. The first thing it's probably going to take you to is the Pasco eSchool announcement message board. You can scroll through and read through some of the current information we have on there for you, but you go down to the bottom and you click continue, and it's going to take you to the Spanish 2 homepage. Up across the top you have the black bar that has some different menu items that you want to keep track of. I'm going to change it to student view so I can see exactly what you see. Up across the top, the home button, you can select this at any time when you're logged in, and it will take you back to this landing page, and you'll see my picture and all the same things that you can scroll through and click on. Okay, if you're a new student, you want to make sure that you've printed this document that I have a hyperlink here for you, and while you're waiting to actually talk to me in person, you can watch this video call, this welcome call video with a parent. Okay, all right, nonetheless, across the top black bar, there's some important buttons that you're going to select and click on every day. The check email icon, if it's highlighted with a number, that means that you've got a couple of emails that I've sent out pertaining to either yourself and something I need to let you know, or class procedures and rules and any other announcements that I need to get to you. So you always want to log in and go to your email right away, read through it. Then you can click back on the home button and it'll take you back to the home page. Now, the button that looks like a piece of notebook paper is your main menu, and you click on it. When you're just getting started and you've never ever had an online course, it really is important for you to click on course information and go through the different items in here. So how to submit an assessment, got step-by-step instructions with pictures on how to submit assessments. Your pace, it's really important that you click on pace and then traditional, and it's going to take you through and give you a list of what you should be doing by week. Week 1, week 2, week 3. Remember, our weeks stretch from Monday to Sunday. It's not just a Monday to Friday. And you can access your course 24 hours, 7 days a week, unless there's some kind of system outage. But the first thing that's listed is all of the different weekly activities that you'll do in segment 1. Okay? Each segment in Spanish 2, we're expected to have you finished within 16 weeks, and the absolute maximum that you can be enrolled in any given segment is 18. We do know in segment 1 there is some vacation days. You've got that Thanksgiving break and some things. So we do give you those floating vacation weeks. Okay? All right, so if you go back up to the main menu and you click there, some other things under course information that are going to be really important for you to take the time to read through, maybe even open it and print it. Voice activity directions and discussion voice activity directions. There's 2 different types of voice activities in this class. One that's just a plain voice activity and another one that's called discussion voice activities. The discussion voice activities are recorded answers that you're actually going to record on our discussion group link. So when you go up to main menu, what's going to be really important is your lessons button. Your lessons button is actually where you're going to be accessing your electronic textbook. And it's just like if you had a physical textbook in front of you. When you click on lessons, you're going to see all of the different chapters, or of course we call them modules, that make up the Spanish 2 class. Modules 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are what you're going to be working in for segment 1. Remember, a segment's equal to a semester. You want to work in order by module. Please do not work out of order and skip around. It's very important that you work in order to prevent me having to lock you out of the course. All right, so you just click on the drop-down menu for the module and you go through all of the different things that are here. Okay, you go through each different lesson and you'll read through things that are there for you. The lesson button always has some information that you need to read through. Sometimes you'll see hyperlinks to your work file, which is like your practice activities, and even links to different videos and ones that you need to watch. It's very important when you're on the Lección button that you click wherever it tells you to click and you watch whatever video it tells you to do. Don't skip them. The Practica tab is where you're going to find your practice activities. Many times you'll be doing a part 1, part 2, part 3 of a work file and you're going to be turning in the entire thing to me. Other times you'll do practice activities and you'll turn in 2 parts to me. The place that you're going to see exactly what you're submitting for the assignment is the Asignación button, which stands for assignment, and it tells you what to do. So like in the 1.02, it says after completing part 1, part 2, and part 3 of the 1.02 work file, attach your work to the assessment labeled 1.02. Anytime you want to get back to the lessons, you just go up to main menu and click lessons, or I could have hit the back button while I was there. Okay, let's just say at this point you're on 1.07. Okay, remember it always takes you directly to the Lección tab, which has lots of information for you to read through. Many times it has your vocab list that you're going to want to recopy in your notebook. Make sure you have a notebook or a binder for this class. This is a real class, and you want to make sure that you have a dedicated notebook or binder. Estructuras, that tab is usually where you're going to find all of your information and your notes for that particular lesson on grammar, on verbs, on sentence structures, anything to do with nouns or adjectives, adverbs, etc. These are things you want to recopy or print out and hole punch and put in your binder. The Practica tab is where you're going to find your work file. Work file is going to pull up things that we want you to practice. The Asignación button is going to tell you exactly what you're doing. Okay, if you notice, this one says submit your work from part D of the Practica as an attachment under 1.07. Your answers will be graded on accuracy and the answer as well as accuracy of structure. Okay, it also always reminds you if you need some help on how to submit assignments, you can go to the course information area, which remember is under the main menu. So once you've gone through and you've completed the work file and you've saved your work into a file, you're going to go up to main menu. Assessments is where you're going to go to turn things in. So you click on assessments and you would find the asignación or the assignment that you're working on. In this case, we're using 107 as an example. And you scroll down, it tells you what to do. You can leave me a comment if you want to. Here's my 1.07 work, part D. Okay, and then you go down where it says add files. And then you would go to your 1.07 document on your computer that you had just typed up. I'm just going to use this for an example. Okay, and it tells you what it just placed. All right, it placed this document there for me. Yours would be labeled 1.07 work. Okay, then you always want to click the box that says submit for grading. And then it changes this button. If you notice, when it's unchecked, it says save for later. Okay, you can click there, submit for grading, and then you would click the blue button, and it goes directly to my grading queue for me to grade. Okay, and it takes you back to your workload page, and you can see that it's not in your workload anymore. A lot of the things that are labeled pruebas, those are your quizzes, and those are things you just click on, you take them, and they're auto-graded. They don't get submitted to me to grade. The computer matches up your answers and then immediately spits out a grade for you. Okay? So let's just say you got an email from me about that 1.07, that you submitted the wrong document, and I need you to fix it and send it back to me. Once you've sent something one time, it's out of your workload. The computer's assuming it's done and you don't need it anymore. You can always get back to it by going to Gradebook. So if I've sent you an email and I've said your assignment is not quite right, please fix it, or maybe you're wanting to do it over because you got a 70 and you're trying to maintain an A or B in the class, you go to Gradebook, you click there, and you would find it in the list. Okay, and you would click on it and you could resubmit it. Okay, so you would just do it all over, go through the same thing we went through by adding your file and clicking submit for grading and the blue button also to finally get it to go to my queue. All right, some people type up their work and then just copy the answers and paste it all here in the student comments. That's perfectly fine if you want to do that. However, it really is a best practice to go ahead and save the work you're doing into Microsoft Word or make it a PDF or an RTF file, because this way you can save them on your computer or onto a flash drive and you'll be able to access them anytime and make quick changes and resave them. Okay? All right, so don't forget your main menu button has got some great information in it, and it is where you're going to be going every day. You're going to be going to lessons for your electronic textbook, assessments to turn things into me, gradebook to keep track of how you're doing, and to re-access an assignment that you need to turn in again, and course information for lots of different helpful resources regarding the navigation and completion of this class. Thanks so much, and I look forward to talking to you soon for our welcome call. Bye-bye.